A congressman is calling on the FAA to reconsider its funding formula before it sends out bailout money to airports. Our national investigative team digs deeper into the planned distribution. Here's Investigate TV's Lee Zurich with our COVID-19 tracker.
No major airline flies to Knox County Regional Airport on the coast of Maine. The airport that serves around 17,000 passengers a year on private and charter flights, as well as Cape Air, is set to receive nearly $18 million in CARES Act funding, a number that even surprised the airport manager. About 65 miles north, Bangor's airport has flights from Delta, American, and United with more than 330,000 passengers that same year, but only received $4 million. About 85 miles south in Portland, that airport has flights from those major airlines too, with more than 1 million passengers a year. But it received $12 million, $6 million less than Knox County.
Lots of inequities and lots of windfalls, and whether it was the formulary or the interpretation of the formulary or error in doing it, it's a FUBAR.
Tennessee Congressman Steve Cohen wrote a letter to the FAA referencing our stories, requesting the FAA suspend its CARES Act payments to airports until Congress can address this severe funding flaw.
This was not right, but politics sometimes isn't right. It's infuriating to me because it's not rational, it's not logical.
Cohen blames the Senate that put in a formula that favored airports with little to no debt. FAA records show in 2018, Knox County had no debt. Portland, $112 million.
If you didn't have any debt, you got basically $18 million, give or take $17.6 million off the top.
So I didn't go ask for this. We didn't lobby for it. We didn't say that we should, you should make the formula X, Y, or Z. We had no input into this.
Tony Bean operates an airport in Pullman, Washington, set to receive $18 million. That's equal to 22 years of his airport's operating expenses. Across the border in Idaho, the Lewiston Airport is set to get $1.2 million. But Bean thinks they and other airports shouldn't be compared.
Why should you be funded significantly more than other similar airports?
I'm not saying that we should. And that's a false premise. I'm not saying that we should at all.
But you are.
What I'm saying is
But you are.
We might, but there's a lot of airports that could be in that situation. I don't know.
Do you think it's fair?
I don't think it has anything to do with fair. It has to do with congressional authorization, put together a match formula.
Without this funding, if you would have gotten $1.2 million of funding, what would have happened to your airport?
We would have probably operated for as long as we could, and then we'd have been talking to the communities about what other means could have been done.
The Federal Aviation Administration used 2018 data to calculate the funding, and airports will have 4 years to spend the money. Some, like Pullman, are set to get part of that money up front and then will apply for the rest. Up next, toy maker Mattel is celebrating the heroes in this coronavirus pandemic. Some on the front lines at hospitals, others keeping communities running.